19-year-old singer Billie Eilish recently shocked fans when she appeared in lingerie on the June 2021 cover of British Vogue. I feel like that's so misleading calling it lingerie. But anyway,
Yeah.
I'm like, this is called lingerie. It's a corset. And while many of her fans loved the look, as I did, the Daily Mail reported that others were quick to call her a hypocrite and a sellout for ditching her signature baggy clothes in favor of a sexier style. So Billie seemed to anticipate the attention that the cover would receive and told the magazine in part, "Suddenly you're a hypocrite if you want to show your skin, and you're easy, and you're a slut, and you're a whore. If I am, then I'm proud. Let's turn it around and be empowered in that. Showing your body and showing your skin or not should not take any respect away from you." So ladies, do you think it's fair for Billie to be viewed as like the bad guy for switching up her look, or do you think that she's multifaceted?
Or do you think she can just change her mind and feel one way one day and another way next? Like,
Women
what
are
are we doing here? We're
multidimensional.
really gonna pin people down for saying something one time and not sticking to it? Because
They
are we
did it to
supposed
Aisha
change?
Curry.
And girl, they did it to Miley Cyrus, they did it to Demi Lovato, they did it to Selena Gomez, they did it to every single person who you've seen one way, and you place them in a category that you're like, this is what they are. Britney's fun and young and bubblegum, and then when she turns sexy and salacious, you're like, oh my God, she's becoming a slut. Like, what are we doing to women? What are these boxes that we get put in?
Yeah.
We are
Billie
varietal. We come in many sizes, shapes,
Right.
flavors,
Yeah.
and moods.
Right. And Billie is 19 years old. If you went
Come
back
on.
and what I said at 19 and what
That
I'm
part.
saying now could possibly be
Right.
different, come on. Ebony, I'd love
Exactly.
to hear what you have to say about this.
Well, that's exactly my point. The young lady, she's still a teenager, literally. She's 19. Your frontal lobe is literally not even fully developed until you're like 25. I mean, seriously, how are we holding her accountable for a way that she felt? It makes sense. She's coming into her sexuality. She's coming into her femininity. You guys know my co-host on State of the Culture, Remy Ma. She was put in that box too. You know, Remy came on the
Yeah.
rap scene and she was hardcore rap, this, that. Guess what? Remy became a mom. Remy became a wife. Remy got, very comfortable in her sexuality, and she gets to do that. Billie gets to do that. She looked flawless on that cover. I'm totally with you, Adrian. All the looks, she slayed, she killed. She's coming into her body. I think people need to really mind their business. Mind the business that pays you.
Mind your
That
business.
part.
And who knew she had that body, yaddy going on down
Right.
under all those clothes?
So
I thought she
beautiful.
looked beautiful. All right, ladies, I'm going to move
Absolutely
on to
beautiful.
something else. I want you to weigh in on this. So Lil DeVal recently took to Twitter and started a cohabiting controversy when he said, "How are you a grown man over 30 sharing a place with another grown man?" So ladies, how do you feel about dates who have roommates? Now, in his comment, the guy is 30 years old, and I think 30 years old back then and 30 years old now, times are tough. You don't come out of college with a career nowadays. You sort of have to earn your way up. My thing is, if a 30-year-old is going to med school, does that make it okay? You know, as opposed to,
Yeah.
a 30-year-old just working a regular job. Is that a stigma? And there's actually a double standard. I think if it's women and you say, oh, I have a roommate at 30, nobody questions it. So I'm curious, what do you think?
So true.
I just want to ask though, across the board with you ladies, do you guys find it an issue if a man in his 30s has a roommate? Like, is that a big deal?
No, I think even
I
for
don't-
cultural
I'm not
or
sure.
religious
I wouldn't
reasons,
date him,
there
but
are
he
men.
can.
There are men who don't leave their homes until they're married. For religious and cultural reasons,
Sure.
there's people
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
who don't
There's
leave
that
their
too.
homes. Yeah.
Yeah, but the
I would only
average
be
guy, I
concerned-
think I'm gonna judge their place more than I am gonna judge whether or not they have a roommate. Because I have a lot of friends who have like penthouse-sized places, and they got bro living in it too because they travel a lot or whatever, and I see no problem with it.
Yeah.
Now, if we're talking about like they're sharing a one bedroom and we've got a bunk bed situation or something, like, look, if I can hear him flush the toilet, then y'all are too close. Like, this is too crazy.
Yeah.
But if you're living in a pad where you guys have like space, I think it's okay. Get yourself together.
I think it depends on the finances. I think what makes Ebony make that face that she just made right there is because Ebony, is it that it kind of makes you feel like, what is the financial situation? What's happening here? Is it because you need to have a roommate because you can't afford to live on your own? What is the situation? Is that what it is?
So it's that, Adrian. It's also, what is your value system? So I actually was dating a guy in Manhattan, and Manhattan's also a unique place, in terms of real estate and finances. And as Garcelle said, we are still very much in a recession. So listen, I'm not going to knock anybody's hustle. You're going to see, I am very transparent around my own historic financial challenges. Get it how you live. However, I do think sometimes men can suffer from Peter Pan syndrome. And it's not so much that they don't have the money to live alone. I think sometimes they get in a fratty, bro-y state of mind, and they always want one of their homeboys or some kind of entourage-like dynamic. And I am just not here for it, y'all. I'm from the South. I'm old school. I need you to be a grown-ass man. I need privacy. I'm not trying to wait and take turns showering with your damn roommate. I'm not here for it. So, listen, I'm a woman. We're women of color. Even in my most financial hardships, y'all, I was able to, sustain independently. And I do expect that equality from a male partner because they have the benefit of the patriarchy. So if we can do it as women, I would damn expect you to do it as a man.
Okay.
Point blank.
Did I say too much? Sorry.
No. I appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
I appreciate the honesty. I don't, okay, I'm weird. I don't think I'd be able to do it either. I don't think I'd be able to do it simply because I require my own privacy and my own independence, that like, I would want us to have that alone time, and I would feel like, but then again, if I had my own apartment, he could just come over to my place and then we could have that there. Jeannie, would this bother you?
I've met a lot of men. Now we're saying 30s. I think that after 35, for some reason, 30 and 35 is like a very different age to me. Because when I was 30, I was still chilling in my late 20s mindset and still getting my things together. Even though my life grew a little bit faster. But I saw my friends still living in roommate situations, 35, then you're really starting to like adult up, So I have friends in their 30s, like 30, 32, working and they still live in like townhouse situations. One lives upstairs, one lives downstairs. Also big spaces, especially in New York, Ebony. So I haven't seen a situation, but I understand for the average man or for the average person where an apartment's like a 2-bedroom or something where you're sharing a bathroom. Yes, picturing to wait for the bathroom in rotation is a problem. Yes.
Yeah, I'd be open to finding out what is the situation and why have you chosen to do this? Because everybody's situation might be different. I might be
And
open
also,
to
you guys, 30 is not so old anymore. 30 is not so old.
No.
It's not.
Right? It's not.
No, absolutely not.